Hey everyone, hope you guys are enjoying Monster Hunter in whatever fashion you're choosing to play it as. And today what I want to go over was pretty much the Tokyo Game Show related news that we ended up getting for, surprisingly enough, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, as of course a lot of us were expecting some major reveals for the next mainline game that didn't necessarily seem to materialize. Capcom decided to talk a little bit about Monster Hunter Now, which I spoke about yesterday, as I believe that's the order of the videos that I'm putting out. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about the information that we ended up getting regarding Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, because surprisingly enough, it wasn't really a news reveal type thing, but it was something that we did end up seeing being reported, and that was the fact that it won the Tokyo Game Show 2023 Grand Award. And Capcom seems to be relatively surprised and also very proud of this, so much so that of course Ryoso Sugimoto, and specifically the director for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, Yoshitake Suzuki, were both available to receive the award. You should be seeing the image on the screen right now, as they were essentially presented as part of the Tokyo Game Show awards that they handed out. And this was, I believe, on the very first day of Tokyo Game Show, and they decided to kind of congratulate Capcom for being kind of like the standout game according to their readers and audience, that this was the standout game of 2023. One of the things that I did get a couple of people asking me was regarding specifically when it came to Monster Hunter 6, the lack of news or the lack of full-on reveal, but maybe potentially something else happening. One of the things what I wanted to clarify was the fact that Ryoso Sugimoto, Suzuki, and a couple of other producers for Capcom, not necessarily Monster Hunter, but in general, they were there as part of a couple of roundtable discussions and developer conversations that were being had for Tokyo Game Show. As of the time of this recording, none of those have been made public as of yet, or if they were, they're only in Japanese, so obviously I'd have to seek them out. I haven't really had the time to be able to do this. We're still on the first day of Tokyo Game Show as of the time of this recording, so I haven't seen any actual transcripts of those information. If Ryoso Sugimoto or anyone among Capcom decided to talk about the next mainline game, that is something that we're expecting to happen, but do stay tuned for that. We expect to see something potentially materialize. Not a logo, not a trailer, nothing like that, but at the very least, some sort of quote, at the very least, them discussing the 20th anniversary, thing or something along those lines. Maybe that'll happen. But specifically when it came to Sunbreak, all they said as part of their acceptance speech, which was relatively short, was that they were very proud of what they had been able to accomplish at the time that they had been able to work together. They're talking about Suzuki here and Ryoso Sugimoto. Remember, Suzuki has kind of worked on previous Monster Hunter titles, usually the expansions of some previous game. I believe he worked on like Double Cross or something like that for Ultimate and stuff like that. So Iceborne. So he has done things in that regard, but not necessarily something as probably as popular as Sunbreak was for him. And of course Ryoso Sugimoto has been around the Monster Hunter franchise for quite a while. One of the things that I also kind of wanted to give a quick shout out to was some of the other awards. Now you should be seeing the image on the screen. The Grand Award, while it was handed out to Capcom for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, there were a couple of other awards as well. The awards for excellence was handed out to Earth Defense Force 6 from Sandlot, Final Fantasy VII Reunion for Square Enix, God of War Ragnarok for Sony, Hogwarts Legacy for Warner Brothers. Again, another excellence award for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak for Capcom. Paranormal Sight from Square Enix. I'm not actually aware of that game, so I'm not sure what that game is. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, of course, from Nintendo. And Game Freak, Resident Evil 4, once again from Capcom, Sonic Frontiers from Sega, Splatoon 3 from Nintendo, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 from Nintendo. I actually saw some quotes from the Xenoblade Chronicle producer for Nintendo. Maybe I'll talk about that in a separate video, but that was pretty interesting to see what he was saying. Basically, they are moving on. Whatever Xenoblade Chronicles 4 is, I don't even think they're going to call it Xenoblade at this point. They're just going to end up calling it something completely different. Because they are just talking about doing something completely new. And of course, whatever the Switch 2 is going to be, it's going to be a very different console. So potentially power-wise, it won't have to struggle in the way that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3 did on the Switch. Lastly, they also showcase here that the best sales awards was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. No surprise there for Nintendo. The Minister of Economy Trade Industry Award was Family Computer, whatever that is. I'm not sure. And lastly, the Game Designer Award, RPG Time: The Legend of Right. So a couple of awards there handed out in the Tokyo Game Show presentation. Railing it back in though when it came to Monster Hunter, one of the things that I even suggested in one of the, again, when I was making predictions talking about what we could potentially see at the Tokyo Game Show, a lot of people were also leaving comments and giving me some ideas as to what it is that they were hoping to see. And one of the popular ideas that I saw, and this is something that I kind of hinted at maybe in a previous video before, was the fact that I was hopeful that maybe they could actually end up doing with that Amatsu quest, the Hazard Amatsu quest. Now that we know it's part of not only just the Nintendo Switch, part of data mines, and the internal data is available in the PC via Steam, and also a couple of users who are digging into the files on the Xbox side of things of Sunbreak, they noticed it there as well. So this Hazard Amatsu quest is available pretty much in all versions of the game at this point in time, but it's currently not enabled. One of the things that we spoke about was maybe, hopefully, them surprising people by saying, hey, if you want to go back and enjoy some Sunbreak, here's a new super hard quest or something. But they didn't do that. You know, they didn't really even mention Sunbreak. I believe they might have mentioned it while it was like something about on sale or whatever as part of the actual presentation itself. There were some posts regarding, you know, other things, but nothing really news related other than the fact that they were really thankful for winning the Tokyo Game Show award for, you know, Grand Award and the Excellence Award as well. So really a little bit of a downer in that regard, that even Sunbreak didn't really just get anything, any sort of recognition, at the very least from Capcom themselves, to kind of like giving thanks back to the players, not even like an item pack or anything like that. Again, that might change by the time this video goes live, but maybe something would have been cool to just, you know, kind of remind people, hey, Sunbreak's still a thing, go check it out or whatever, since they're not willing to talk about the next game as of right now. But, you know, it is what it is. But that's kind of like all the information that I have for you guys today regarding Sunbreak and what was showcased here at Tokyo Game Show. I do have one more video that I kind of want to put out and kind of like talk about the 20th anniversary celebration and what that potentially might end up looking like as we make our way into 2024. Presumably, maybe even the Game Awards. I've seen a lot of people already suggesting that might be the next thing that people should be excited about. So we'll have to see what happens with that. If you're brand new to my channel, though, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.